Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome. This is our update call with Reward Ripple. Or not our update, but our presentation for Reward Ripple Solutions. And I've got Sylvie here with me today, and we're excited about where we're going. And we're going to give you a presentation. And a lot of the presentation that we're going to be talking about today is geared towards charities. So I want you to pay particular attention with the charities because that's the main reason we're here for. We want to help you, but we mainly want to help charities around the world. So we'll give just everybody a few minutes to get on board from the different sites that we have, and we'll get started here. So good to see some new people on today. Thank you for coming. Okay. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Um, we had a wonderful weekend last weekend, a holiday weekend here in the United States, and um, not just a holiday, but a real time of remembrance of people who sacrificed their lives in the defense of our country. And I'm sure most of your countries do similar things for your war heroes and so forth. But it's a time for us to stop and reflect, and we like to take that time to do that. So we have hit 2 o'clock, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, let me go ahead and share my screen here. Oops, hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that, folks. But let's see what we got here. All right. My name is Jim Wagner again, and I'll be your presenter today. I ask you to put your phones on vibrate and don't record this. Obviously, we're in a situation where we are changing things, updating, making things better with Ripple, and so we want to make sure if you send out a recording or if you send something out, it's either something officially that we put online or it's the latest presentation, and you have permission to do so. So, okay. Let me get to my presentation here. Okay. I apologize. My mouse just started acting up, and I'm going to have to use my finger to move us forward here. So, um, anyway, as we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it. That's what Paul Davis, our managing director, says. He put that statement together, and that's firmly what we believe. And today we're going to talk about what Ripple is, what we can do, and so forth. Again, my name is Jim Wagner, and I'm a member of Team Posicash. That's Dave's group, in case you were wondering. Okay. First of all, we want to begin with the basics. We ask you not to overthink this, right? We're in pre-launch, which means that we still have some work to do, but we're making big progress. And excuse me. And we're also going to tell you where we're going and what we're going to do and how we're going to accomplish our goals and mission that mission has set up. Ripple has set up. So basically, Ripple is a take and a new twist on the world of rewards points. I think every one of you are familiar with rewards points. You see them all the time with airlines, hotels, grocery store, games, and there's all kinds of ways that you can earn points with these programs. And in many cases, you can only use the points in either their products or their services. Some of them are expanding a little bit now, but most of the time that's the case. Ripple's different. We have a new twist on our program, and we are excited because not only is it a personal game, but it's things that you can do to help situations around the world. And I want to take a minute here just to show you a brief video that explains Ripple and what it's about and how it works. So let's take a minute here and watch this video.
There's no sound, Jane. You're on mute. Jane, you're on mute.
They don't call me a technology wizard for nothing. Anyhow, I hope you can hear me now. All right, so let me go ahead and
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, at Ripple, we are a game changer. Ripple has developed a program that not only is for personal gain, but it's a way that you can help charities at the same time as you're helping yourself. And we call it I Play, We Win. And how it works is every time you play and you win points, you have to split those points 50-50 with the charity of your choice. It's a great way to help charities, but at the same time helping yourself. Now, 90% of the time, we're going to split them 50-50. Every once in a while, there'll be a time when we have a special project that we're working on, and we may give 100% of the points to that particular charity. But our vision here is to create a program that everybody wins, the players, the charities, and even the sponsors. And you'll see how that works later on. But we want to have a purpose of beyond individual interests, where you are reaching out to help people around the world while still helping yourself at the same time. So what's our goal? How are we going to do that? All right, let me get back to this. Hang on a second. Okay, first of all, we don't want to create a burden. We know everybody has financial burdens, and that's always a problem. So we don't want to create a burden, but we also want to create a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. We also want to create a solution and excitement at the same time. So how do we do that? Well, it's simple. First of all, no burden. Well, there's zero cost to become a member. Think of that for a second. You can get online, you can play a game, win some points, use those points to get some of your everyday necessities, and there's no cost. And at the same time, you're helping charities. So I'm sure if you're anything like me, you get every day you'll get something from a charity and they're good charities. I mean, nobody's saying they're not good charities, but they're hurting. And everybody knows that most charities are in desperate need for additional money. But obviously you can't help all of them. Well, now with Ripple's program, there's a way that you can help the charity of your choice become a little more financially independent. Well, what about you? Do you need financial help? Well, we have a solution for that. These points that you get can help with your everyday needs. And of course, everybody wants to be a winner, and that's going to create a sense of excitement. But how? Well, we have many, many ways that you can earn points. And here are some of them. Referrals. Every time you refer someone to Ripple and they register for the program, again, no cost, you get points. And then there's the winner circle, and I'll explain that in a second. Our first game that's coming out is called Match It. Again, I'll go into that in a little more detail just shortly, but I want to focus on a couple of things here. One of our big things that we have coming are these new sports games. These are interactive games where we call it Have Your Say. You'll be watching a game live, and during the game, you're going to be asked questions. What'll happen? And these are games, not just simple games. These are games like major league networks like National Football League, National Basketball Association, soccer, cricket, rugby, table tennis, you name it. We're going to have a way that you can play in those games interactively, answer questions, and if you get the questions correct, you're going to earn points for yourself and for your charity. It's going to be an unbelievable situation. You're going to be excited when we come out with all the different games that we're going to be doing. Also, you can post banners. We'll put banners up in your back office that promote Ripple, and it also promotes some of our sponsors. You'll be able to post those and get points for it. Surveys. Many of our sponsors will offer you an opportunity to complete a survey on how they did when you visited their business. Fill out the survey, and you'll earn points for it. And many times they'll give you a reward separate from what Ripple gives you. And there's much, much more to come. So you're going to earn a lot of points, but what do you do with them? Well, here's what we're going to do with them. You're going to take those earned points and convert them into your everyday necessities through an online auction. Now, there's a picture on the right of an auction. Now, that's not our auction, but that's what is similar to what our auction will look like when it's done. And you're going to be able to bid on those items. And if you're the highest bidder, you're going to get those items, and it'll get shipped to you immediately. And these are not just simple, the big items. I mean, these are everyday items like food baskets, hygiene items, gift cards, things that you can use. Here's another list of some of the different subject areas where we will have on our site that you can bid on. You can see actual transportation, bicycles, food baskets, you name it. We're going to have it on there. And if you don't see something on there that works in your country, give us a suggestion. we'll try to put it into our program. And we can't guarantee that we will, but we'll do our best to try to accommodate everybody. So here's how the auction is going to work. We call it our second chance off auction, and that's what makes us different from a lot of them. If you see down at the next to the bottom, you see after 3 separate bids, you lose your points, and they go into a holding bucket. But that bucket is equally shared company-wide amongst all the members on November 1st of the calendar year. That makes it different. So our auction different. Here's how it would work. Let's say Sue and Tom are bidding on the same item, and Tom bids 10 points to start. Sue comes in and bids 11. Tom comes back with 12. Sue bids 13. Tom bids 14. Now, if the bid ended there, Tom would get the bid and he would get whatever they were bidding on. Let's say it's a food basket. But now Sue says, no, I think I'm going to go one more. So she bids 15. At that point in time, Tom loses the 14 points. They go into that holding bucket. Sue, however, if that's the last bid on that product, she gets the product and it gets shipped to her immediately. Now, Tom can actually come back if he wants to and continue bidding, obviously at 16 points or higher, but he would have to start with 16 new points, not the 14 that he had there already. So it's a great way to allow you to bid on different things, knowing that if you don't get the item, you're going to get your points back at a time when you need it the most, right around the holiday season when everybody's looking for ways to make purchase of foods and gifts and so forth. So now charity auctions are a little bit different. And let me show you what happens with charities. How do charities benefit from this? Well, first of all, they have special auctions. You're not going to be bidding against your people in your congregation or your group or your followers. They're special charity auctions that's just for charities. So you're just going to have to worry about bidding against the other different charities. Second of all, instead of losing your points anytime you bid, you get to keep your points. Still can only bid 3 times on an item, but you keep your points if you don't get that particular item. This is crucial. You're going to be listed among the charities that players can choose when they playing a game. So when a player goes in to play for a game, not just your own players and your own people, but people around the world are going to have an opportunity to choose your charity as they play in the game. Also, you're going to be included in a rotation of the 8 to 15 second videos that players watch before they play in a game. It's a great way to share what your needs are, what your mission is, and what your organization is doing. In addition to that, if in some of these cases where they don't get the they don't win a point on that one, the video goes. The site goes back to your website, so they can see your whole website and not just the 8 to 15 second video. We're also going to place a link on our website, Ripple's website, to your website. So all this comes down to the fact that we are going to expose your organization around the world and around your country. So that how often, let me ask you this, as a charity, how often have you said, just think of what we could do if we had more exposure to what we're doing? And if we could let people know this, this is what we're trying to accomplish. Well, here you're going to have a way to do that with Ripple, and you're going to be able to share your mission and your goals with people around the world. So what do you have to do? Okay, you got to take advantage of this. You got to sign up. Very simple sign up. Just give us some basic information so we know who you are, and just let us know that you're interested in becoming a member of Ripple. And then you got to get approved. And that's a simple process, but we do an approval process because we don't want just anybody in there. We want to make sure you're an approved charity, legitimate charity that has certain ways that we can just let people know that you are approved and so forth, so that we don't wind up with somebody on there like that's just using it for personal gain. Then you want to let your supporters know several things. Number one, they can play in free games to get points for themselves and the charity. And then those points can be used to bid in auctions. And you want to share the Ripple video with them and let them watch what you didn't see today. But let them watch that so that they get a full picture of what Ripple is all about. And the fact that by just being involved, that they are not only helping themselves, but they are also helping your organization. And then post information about what Ripple on your website, and then use social media to promote Ripple. All these things, if you'll do these as a charity, you're going to be able to see a massive increase in what you are what you're exposing the world to, and an opportunity for you to really benefit from it financially, and maybe even people coming on board to help you with your projects. Also, I almost forgot. You want to supply us with that short video about your mission. You make it whatever you want it to be, and we'll post it for you. If you need help with that, we'll help you with it. But let me get back to Match It so you can see how the points actually work, and how you can earn points, and how they actually benefit you and your organization and the people that you bring into your organization. If the first thing is this, the game is called, like I say, it's called Match It. I've been playing a game similar to this for a number of years. It's a very simple game, very easy to play. You can do it in less than 5 minutes a day, and you can get points as you're going along. The first thing you're going to do when you go to the site, you're going to pick the charity that you want to play for. The second thing is you're going to pick a pattern. And if you look at the different illustrations there, you'll see different patterns there. And you have an opportunity to pick a pattern, or you can choose your own numbers, like if you have birthdays or anniversaries or whatever. And then how the game is played is every day, starting at 12:01, a new number comes up, and it stays up for 12 hours. Every 6 hours, a new number comes up. So, and you don't see the number until you actually click on an icon that says click on this before your number is revealed. So you click on it, and that's where that 8 to 15 second video shows. That shows, and then after that video shows, you come back to the site here where it matches. And if the number that shows up is in your pattern, it will turn gold, like the what you can see on the pattern to the right. If it's not there, then it turns red, and then you are referred back to the website of the video, of the site from which the video came. So let's say it's a McDonald's or Wendy's, or let's just say it's Subway, because I know we're working with Subway. So Subway puts up a 15-second video. You don't get a number. You go back to Subway, and at Subway now, Subway can show you what they're offering, and they may offer like a buy one get one free, or get $1 off on a sub by using a code. Any of a number of things, but generally speaking, it's going to be to your advantage when you go back to that site to look around, because you're probably going to get some sort of a reward for doing that. And the nice thing about it, since the number stays up for 12 hours, and a new number comes up every 6 hours, the first number comes up at 12:01, the next number comes up at 6:01. So at 6:01 or 6:02, you now have two numbers up. So in 5 minutes, you can get online and do both numbers, the 6:01 number, the 12:01 number, and the 6:01 number. And you can do the same one at in the evening. You get the 12:01 and the 6:01 at, let's say, 7 o'clock at night. Very simple. It takes less than 5 minutes a day to do that, and it's a great game. And every time you get a number, you get a point. And if you complete your pattern, you get many more points. So it's a way for you to be able to get many points. So how do you grow from this, and how do you get additional points from? Well, here's how it works. Remember I said you're going to split 50-50 with a charity. So any winnings that you get, you're going to split right in half. Now, here's how it works. You on the column on the left, it shows you winning the points, and you're going to get 20% of the 50%. And you're going to say, well, how is that fair? I won this thing. First I had to split 50-50 with a charity, and now I'm only going to get 20% of the 50%. Well, I'll show you why that's not only is it good, but you're going to see why it benefits everybody. Because as you see down here, Sue has been the winner. She gets the 20%, but Tom invited Sue. He also gets 20%. And you, because you invited Tom, get 20%. So you can have 100 Toms, and you can have 1,000 Sues. It doesn't matter. And so you're going to get 20% of every one of those winnings. And that's going to be huge. So by giving up your 20%, it allows you to get 20% of hundreds and maybe thousands of people. That's 60% of the 50%. 10% of that money of those points goes to the winner's circle. And I'll show you how that works in a little bit. But how do charities benefit? Well, basically the same way. When you win, your charity gets nothing. Again, you say, how is that fair? Well, it's fair because it works the same way with the points. They go up, just like the points that for the players do, but it's 10% instead of 20%. So you invited Pete invited Mac, and Mac invited Jack, and Jack invited Paul. Each one of them get 10. You get 10%. You get 10% of the 30%. So what that means is you can have 100 Petes and 100 Jacks and 100 Pauls, 10% of every one of them. By not taking anything on your level, it allows you to go to the third level where there could be thousands of people. So not only does it benefit you not to take anything for your charity when you win, but it also helps you in a big way. So many ways to get additional points. Referrals. Every time you refer somebody to the program and they register, you get 5 points. Get 25 people as referrals, and you get 25 bonus points. Great way to do it. Also, the winner's circle. You guys are our pioneers, and we're excited about the fact that you're here to help us, and you're willing to do some things to help us get this thing going. And so we want to reward you for doing that. And here's what we're going to do. Those every points that are won there, of the 50%, 10% of it goes into the winner's circle. Two requirements rather. One auction, you have to participate in one auction per month and sign up one new member. Meet those requirements, and you get a percentage of the winner's circle. And there's only going to be 100,000 members, and we expect millions and millions and millions of people to join this. So with only 100,000 and that many people playing, you're going to find there's going to be a lot of points in there. What's going to happen at the end of every month? The total points in the pool will be equally divided by everybody who's in the winner's circle. So we don't want you to miss out on this. So make sure you sign up and be part of the first wave of Trailblazers and be involved and get that 10% at the 10% of the match at winners. So you may be asking at this point, where does the money come from to be able to do all this? Well, it comes from our sponsors. Remember I said the 8 to 15 second video? What you think we're going to let them do that for free? No, and not only that, but they're willing to pay for that because they want the exposure just like you would like the exposure to your organization. So they will pay Ripple a certain amount of money for every 1,000 people that will look at their sites, and they will keep track. We will keep track, and they'll pay us every month, and we'll take that money and purchase the items that go onto the auction site. So it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. They have the sponsors win because they're getting exposure to their products to a captured audience, and you're going to win because you have your own personal points, and your charity wins because they have their points as well. So what do? Well, everybody's going to get a dashboard. And on that dashboard, if you look to the right, you'll see a QR code. And under the QR code, you'll see your code. So you can do one of two things. You can either have your new person either scan the QR code, and it takes them right to the place where they sign up, or you can copy and paste the code itself and send it to them. And when they click on it, it takes them to the registration form. And it's a very, very simple registration form. Don't ask for much, just your name, your email address, your phone number, and a password. That's all we need. And then you're registered for the program, and you can start making, playing in games and earning points. So we'd like to thank you for your time. I want to end by saying the word for today, for being on today's call, is memorial. Since last weekend was Memorial Day weekend, the word for today is memorial. And there will be no company update call today. So there's a schedule of the rest of our times. Be sure to get on back with the person who invited you onto the call today. Let them know that you're interested, that you want to sign up. Any charities, let us know about the charities. We'll make sure that they get special treatment as they get signed up. And you can always go to our website, which is rewardripplesolution.com. So again, the word for today is memorial. No update call this afternoon. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for being with us today, and God bless.